Alright guys, it's Anthony here, Subaru Service. I've got Adam's truck here, 161,000. This is a straight up 03. This is a truck that came, I didn't know if it was sabotaged. We had all kinds of, hell, there was wrappers, there was starburst wrappers in the bow. There was all kinds of crap going on with this thing. We've already put it together. I've been driving it. It's acting like high pressure pump's bad. That's what it's acting like. I put just a used high pressure pump in it because this thing would die at 100 degrees is what we was told it would stall out and die. So, you know, we tore it all apart and was like, well, with our setup and our intake on it, we can very easily get the high pressure pump. Real easily. It's not that big of a deal. We went ahead and did the Y pipe and put it all together. So, I also noticed this, got a busted radiator. We didn't do that. Somebody put a new EBP sensor in it. This is an 03, it uses inferred EBP, so it, you know, it's kind of a loss. I put a used harness on the truck. Now, this harness looks a heck of a lot better than his harness. His harness is a freaking mess. It's a mess. I mean, I could pull it out, but you know what? It's not about that right now. I put a different ICP sensor in it. Okay, we swapped the ICP sensor. Fine, you know, it's an 03. Almost always, anytime I'm close back there, go ahead and get an ICP sensor if it's not under warranty. If it is under warranty, warranty it. Now granted, we are tearing this truck apart right now. Levi's tearing it apart right now. So don't look at this and think it's done. We're tearing it apart right now. Now I put an ICP sensor in it, right? Fine, got all done, got ready to fire it up. Brand new ICP sensor, ICP volts are 0.3. Okay, well shit, 0.3 volts. So, well, maybe maybe there's a little bit of brake clean, maybe there's something inside of the pigtail that's messing up. Well shit, all right. So I went ahead and warrantied out that ICP sensor. Went back in, jumped out, warrantied the 03 ICP sensor, put another new ICP sensor in it, 0.3. Holy crap. All right. Then I unplugged it from the PCM, grabbed his old harness, plugged his old harness into the PCM, and then plugged in his old ICP sensor. His old one, 0.2 volts. Right on. All right, cool. So then I went ahead and took his old one just for the hell of it and plugged his old one back into this new harness. Boom, 0.2 volts. Well, shit. I plug in a new harness, I plug in a new sensor into both harnesses, and it's 0.3 volts. Two sensors. I plug in two sensors into both an old and a new harness, and both of them got 0.3 volts. I plug in his old sensor and it's 0.2 volts. Okay, so right now I'm running with his old sensor in. I got well, I'll show you. Okay, there's been a lot going on with this truck, and it's actually turned into a kind of a freaking nightmare. So 03, let's get the screen set up and I'll show you what we're seeing here. Hang on. Okay, here we go. Let me go through some of this, get my bearings here. This does have a bad EGR valve. It's 03, it's deleted, not a big deal. Okay, 0.22 volts, 0.21. That's still a hair on the high side. I mean, 0.19 is what I'd really like to see, but when I plugged in the old sensor, it was at 0.3 with the new sensor. I plug in two completely separate new sensors, were at 0.3 volts. I did nothing more than unplug it, put in the old sensor, and the numbers are back down. So, am I getting plagued because I got two bad out-of-the-box ICP sensors? I'm not sure. I don't know. But let's watch IPR. It will max out when we fire up. So that's why that whole number right there at maxing out when I first fired up is why we're about to take this pump out and swap this pump out. Now, we're not doing new pumps right now because we're just basically diagging. You know, we're doing diag on this thing. So I'm gonna kick it off and kick it back on. Let the FICM chatter. Let me show you where it's at. FICM's all good. There's nothing wrong with the FICM. It's all good. I've already checked it. It goes all the way down. But what we're looking for is high pressure oil. It's acting like high pressure oil. All right, here you go. IPR at the bottom. You ready? Here we go. Max out. See, almost maxed out. Okay. hang on. They lost the learn strategy. So I'm not going to go through and relearn it. I think, well, I cleared the codes probably last night. But here you go. Now, let's watch this. See, IPR is like really freaking high. 34%. Okay, now watch me. I need to show you the accelerator pedal. Right on the floor, right? I'm gonna put the throttle on the floor, and I'll say now when it's on the floor, you can see how much it lags. Here we go, on the floor, right? Now. Okay, it's not maxing out. That's fine, whatever. Now, what I'm gonna do is give it a little power brake. Okay, I'm in reverse. I'm on the floor. Accelerator pedal is on the floor. It's not revving up. Hang on, let me get this. Hang on, let me go here. I'm gonna put accelerator pedal percentage. I've already looked at the numbers on the accelerator pedal. It is not bad. Okay, here we go. Accelerator pedal. Boom. 99%. 99% IPR 44. So 44. Look at the ICP volts. Okay, the ICP is screwing with us. Now, I unplugged the ICP sensor. It absolutely does the same thing. I'm on the floor right now. Off. On the floor. So IPR percentage is just a hair high. I just fired it up. This is cold, so IPR is going to be a little higher. It's only 66 degrees coolant. Oil is 69 degrees, so it's cold. All right, but so it's killing me, you know. I'm sitting here, I'm chasing these freaking this. When something comes in like this that had an issue that was completely, the truck was completely tore apart for a reason. They were hunting, they were fishing, and I had to put it all back together and get to the original. Now I changed some parts based on what Adam said was going on with the truck, so I went ahead and changed some stuff out, but we're going to go back into it again. Levi did a lot of the work. I'm going to go ahead and have him tear it apart, and I'm going to come back over here and put it back together. Just because it's 03, and sometimes 03s, you know, it's hard for me to teach everything all the time, so it'd be a good way. That's on the floor though. Okay, hang on. Okay, let's do it again. Now, I mean, even if you look at ICP numbers right here, hang on, let it get connected. There you go. See, it went right back, 0.22. Now on the new sensor with the new ICP sensor, that would be at 0.3 right now. Now we're not all the way down to it, but I already tested it, and you know, we just been whatever. Here we go. Fire it up. See how it maxed out? That says that it's not pumping, but I'm not seeing anything. Now even the volts. See, 0.1 or 0.8, we're at 800 pounds. 1.1, that's about right, you know. 8.8 volts is about 500. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, RPM, I'm almost trying to be at high idle, and I got 1.5 volts. So, you know, high idle is like 2 volts. Well, it should be 2 volts. I mean, that's not a yeah, I don't know. Hang on. I mean, hang on a second. I mean, 1.8 should say at 1.8 volts should be about 2,500 RPM, which that in turn should be about 2,000 pounds of pressure. Okay, I'm at 1.5. I got 1,100, but that's an interpretation. I'm showing 1,100 pounds of pressure, but I've only got 1,700 RPM, or 700, 900 RPM. So the ICP sensor is actually acting like it's showing more than it should have. But see, IPR is only 41, so it's going off what ICP is saying. Yeah, I mean, it's just whatever. I just wanted to show. We got an ICP volts issue. I've tried 2 different harnesses. I've tried completely separate harnesses. Not just a pigtail, I'm talking an entire harness. Okay, so we might be looking at a PCM issue. I'm not sure yet. I don't know. We're I figured I'd make a video while we are right in the middle of Diag to show we are working on this truck, Adam, and it's pissing me off. It's starting every time though, and it is not dying. I drove it around, got it completely up to operating temperature, and was driving it. It did not die. So I don't know. I mean, what a freaking drag. I'm just gonna sit here and stew on it, ponder for a minute. Freaking sucks. Life is not always perfect. Can't always figure everything out right off the bat. We got to be able to dig in and understand how this crap works, which, you know, I mean, somebody that says they know everything, they're freaking lying. Because, damn it. All right, guys, that's it. Quick video, you know, trying to get my butt whipped here, whatever. All right, guys, have a good day.